So really, Derek and I were having some struggles in our marriage. We've been married for 3 years now, and had recently just been going through a lot of conflict the last couple years in the pandemic and just in our relationship. And so we were sort of in search of, a couples retreat that was gonna somehow magically solve our problems. Yeah. And so, I mean, we were even talking about divorce, the last year or so. And so we found Love Made Simple, and decided to give it a shot. So we went through the level 1 workshop, and following that, Derek really enjoyed it, and it really taught us a lot about how we were communicating, and how we should be resolving conflict, and how to better understand each other. And so we were starting to learn about, well, we know we're being triggered, we know there's sensitivities, but until you do the second workshop, you don't really get to the core of what are all of those triggers and why are they there and what are the stories behind them. And so I think level 1, you kind of just get a tease of that so that you start to communicate better, and there's something else there. After the first workshop, you were really excited and wanted to do level 2. And then in level 2, you can dive a little bit deeper to understand all the parts of yourself, and be able to put space between those parts of yourselves to understand the bigger picture of what's going on in your relationship.
I think for me, doing level 2 helped me better understand Thuy, because we go a little bit deeper into who we are as a person. Like, I guess she shared stuff about herself, which I kind of understood, but when we went into level 2, I kind of got a little bit better understanding of what she actually was about, especially around her family dynamic and stuff, which it kind of helped me, because I guess I have a better appreciation of her in that aspect, and a better understanding of how she is and how she acts in certain situations.
Since the workshop, I started asking myself, well, what does my true self want to do? Do I still want to be this perfectionist, this person that needs to be, super stellar at work, and, all of these things that are trying to get it to the core of the things that I've been sensitive about in my upbringing. And so it's causing me to look at, am I doing the right things that are true to myself, not just in my relationship, but just also in my life, to make myself happy. And so I think, if I'm happier as a person and less stressed, and some of these things I'm finding are impacting our relationship, but will improve my own well-being, I think, across, work and how I am with my daughter as a mother. So there's lots of different impacts I think the second workshop will show you in your life. Level 2 is really just helping us understand more about each other and sharing that, so that we can really understand what triggers each other, our sensitivities, and really know that the conflicts that are within our relationship really aren't targeted at each other. We're not taking anything personal. It's more, things that we've dealt with in our lives that are still impacting us. And so we have to find a way to navigate that together, so that we can be better for each other, but also to set a better example for our 3-year-old daughter. And so super grateful for the workshop. It's keeping our relationship stronger and giving us some tools to work with, so that we can continue to progress and improve and stay together ultimately.
Yeah.
So in terms of the structure of the retreat, initially we were looking for something virtual, and we were thinking that we might have lost the personal benefit of, personal relationship and interconnection that you would get in a normal couples retreat. But I would say that the virtual workshop actually format worked really great, the way that it was set up, because we had breakout exercises, and we had dedicated therapists and assistants in each of the rooms to work through exercises. And we were saying that we really also enjoyed a lot of the mindfulness exercises, right?
Yeah. Doing the breathing exercises really helped me get myself in that sort of comfortable zone kind of thing. So maybe even a little bit more focused on what I needed to do.
And people were sharing, and I thought that was the richest part of the whole retreat, is because we had people sharing real stories that they were going through and talking through how they, use the tools and the exercise, and that kind of opens up different lenses of trying to comprehend and understand and take it all in to be able to apply it to your own life. And so, I really appreciated all the folks that were on in the workshop as well. And I think Gal and Liron did a good job of inviting people and making it safe for us to come and share our stories and make sure that it's confidential and that we're really here to help each other, right? And so, we spoke up a few times about our own situation because we wanted to help other people hopefully learn from that too. The 3.5 days, I have to say, it was a little bit daunting. But it kind of went by really fast. The whole weekend just went by really fast once we got started, just because we're diving into topics, which I appreciated getting the materials in advance so I can kind of think about some of those things. But there's a lot to cover and it goes by really fast. You guys always remind us to not talk about our relationship after, which is also helpful to just, decompress as we go into the next full days.
Until now, it's the first time I've ever experienced something like this.
Yeah, I mean, they teach broad topics of psychology and things like that, but I think you guys do a good job of applying it and taking those theories into real life and how we can put them to practice in our relationship. And so we're certainly going to be, teaching this stuff to our daughter for sure, and making sure we're not creating triggers for her or things that are going to, challenge her in the future in her relationship. And these tools are great, and we just want to broadcast that. So we've shared these links with folks, and we know that it's a good resource for everyone. So we've shared it with family and friends. Since doing these workshops, Derek and I have thought, well, we should be sharing this with every couple, everybody that's married, everybody that's in a relationship,